Likewise, the university's College of Public Health today is focused on the broader issues of health trends and education, asking the question, how can we all work together to make Georgia a healthier and better place to live?
In 2010, the Board of Regents banned me from attending Georgia State College. I've been here for 13 years, and I'm here today to lift the ban, best in school. Stop, man, I'm afraid.
My name is Martin Lopez. I'm 21 years of age. I've been here since 1995.
We will be adjourned for 3 minutes until these individuals are removed from the room. Thank you.
I think, you know what, we're face to face and I'm going to document it. And you should speak to me face to face. Why don't I deserve an education like everybody else?
We deserve education. I've been here for 13 years. This is my home.
It's not fair. It's not fair for a document. We're tired of segregation. We are sick and tired.
I've also spent the last 4 years urging UGA administration with this group to discontinue the use of its off-campus coal boiler and replace it with a sustainable alternative, but have been largely unheard by administration. I want to see UGA that does not discriminate against its students, that runs sustainably, and which reports are not ignored.
All students on campus, dirty energy.
Thank you, Dr. Adams. I apologize for these individuals. We will get back to your report, which we are enjoying in just a moment.
Students and faculty at UGA, at all the band colleges, and at all colleges in the university system want all students, documented, undocumented, on campus. We want energy solutions. Use that $35 billion you would be using on construction to keep students learning.
Invest in things, not buildings.
The Board of Regents met today at the Center for Continuing Education, and that's exactly what some of these students want, is to continue their education here at UGA.
Our point of being here today was to get our voices heard. Over the past 3 years, we have gotten 5,000 petitions signed by students, over 150 faculty endorsements, hundreds of community members in support of retiring this coal boiler that is affecting the health of our Athens community, and really working to have constructive meetings with administrators, showing our support through letter writing, through call-in days, and we're still not getting heard. So as the Board of Regents and our university are excluding students, like undocumented students, from coming to this university, they're also ignoring the students who are here, who are trying so hard to make sure that Athens and the University of Georgia is a healthy place for people to be.
I believe that education is a birthright, first and foremost. I don't agree with what these guys have to say. I don't agree with what the segregation that they're proposing for undocumented people and just immigrants in general.
A coalition of folks from Freedom University, the Georgia Undocumented Youth Alliance, Georgia Youth for Energy Solutions, and UGA Beyond Coal came together to remind the Regents that UGA students and faculty and the community at large do not want undocumented students banned from our Georgia campuses, and we also want to investigate energy solutions on campus.
So we decided to partner up. Like I said before, I think that it's a really big issue that there are students being excluded from our university system, and at the same token, having students at the university who aren't being heard by the administration. So we have similar targets, and that's part of the reason why we partnered up, is because we have similar targets. We want to see the university moving forward, and we want these students on campus and dirty energy off.
We've secured one meeting with upper administration, the result of which was kind of brushed to the side. They got to sidestep the issue. We've never met with President Adams directly. And really what we've seen from administration is that they want us to provide the answers for them, even though we're full-time students, even though we are well-versed in the dangers of fossil fuels, and we see the direction that the United States is heading, or the rest of the world is heading with regards to clean energy, and we're not a leader in that regard. We're doing really innovative biofuel research, yet we don't see anything actually implemented on campus. So the theme is that the student voice is really being ignored, and that's where this partnership with Georgia Undocumented Youth Alliance comes from, that we both feel largely ignored by not only our UGA administration, but by the Board of Regents, because there is no student representative, because we have no voice. We can provide advice at best, but we have no direct say in anything when it comes to the Board of Regents.
We're here to be a voice. We disrupted the Board of Regents meeting. Me along with undocumented friends and the Clean Energy Coalition at UGA. We partnered up to disrupt the Board of Regents ban because we feel like we're not represented. We feel that there's a disconnect between them and us. We want higher education. We believe that everybody deserves higher education. It's a human right, documented or undocumented. So that's why we came here today, to be a face to undocumented students.
And for me, this is a civil rights issue. Mike Adams talks in his speech about emphasis on UGA not being just a school for white males. So I'd like to ask him, are you on the civil rights side of this, or are you on the other side of this? A lot of people were upset with our strategy today, making a lot of noise and interrupting, but civil rights can't ever be won calmly. If you're in the civil rights movement, you have to speak out, you have to interrupt, you have to get loud. So I'm really thankful for the bravery and the courage of some of the people who spoke up today.
Solar thermal, sustainable biomass. We want them to see what our peer institutions have been doing, because 20 of them have already moved beyond coal. A lot of them in the SEC. It's not just us asking this. This has been done before. We want to see that comprehensive feasibility study, and we want a set date to retire the coal plant. And we want, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, but like a set date where they give themselves time to figure out what the alternative is, that it's not fossil fuels.
So the Board of Regents govern the university system of Georgia. So they have the power and the privilege of setting the priorities of our university system, priorities of access to higher education, priorities of what we spend public money on, and we think that public money should be invested in opening up doors to all students, not shutting them and effectively resegregating our campuses, and we think that money should be spent on energy solutions and not new costly construction projects. The president of the university was speaking today, talking about giving an institutional report, and we thought it an opportune time to remind him that UGA students and faculty have passed countless resolutions condemning the ban on undocumented students, and also proposing that we discontinue the use of coal to power UGA. And Michael Adams has the final say. So even though the university has made it clear that we want access and climate justice, President Adams has refused to acknowledge the voices of students and faculty. And if he is not going to make the changes himself as he is on his way out, then we demand that we have a new president that respects the voices of UGA students.
I personally feel like it shouldn't be that hard, that our university president should be in touch with the students, should be listening to what they have to say, what they think is important. It's been 3 years since we started this campaign. We still haven't been able to secure a meeting with Michael Adams to really talk about how we want to make UGA a better place. We all love going to this university, and we just want to see it be a healthy place, to not have these outdated energy sources, to really be leading the curve in the Southeast for sustainability, because it's the issue of our generation. What we really want to see, our ultimate goal, is we want to see the coal plant retired and have the university conduct a visibility study for what the most sustainable and renewable alternative would be that we can replace it with.
Right now I'm going to Freedom University. We have classes in Athens. They don't want us in Athens, but we're here anyways as a sign of resistance. And we're learning. Hopefully we get some classes accredited. So we're all a group of students who are undocumented. And we're just looking for higher education, looking for success. And we're here to repeal the ban.
And then if you were able to meet with Michael Adams, what would your
I would want to talk to him about civil rights. I feel like the civil rights movement is not over, and that's what today illustrates. I'd ask him, are you supporting the rights of public education or not? Because he said today that education should be a public and not a private good. And immigrants pay taxes, they pay sales taxes, they pay property taxes, most of them pay income taxes. It depends on the job situation. I mean, a lot of times new laws make it harder for them to pay income taxes, but when people work, if they can, they pay income taxes if they're not being kind of pushed out of the legalized work system. So I feel like since these people are paying taxes, they should be a part of enjoying this public good.
I've met with several groups who have expressed concerns about that, and I've shared that information with the president. What I'd like people to know is that we're well underway looking at options for for replacing that boiler. It's about 50 years old. It's at the end of its normal life, and we're going to have to replace it one way or the other. It's one of 4 boilers. The other 3 are natural gas and are much cleaner. So we're looking at all those options to come up with what the next phase is for producing steam, which does things like heating dorms, provides sanitation for food services, provides steam and hot water for research purposes. So the capacity to have steam and hot water is very important at a research university.
So you are looking into all?
Oh, for more than 2 years now, we've been looking at those options.
Okay. And then what with the undocumented students that were here?
Well, that's Regents policy, and we follow Regents policy. We welcome their input. As I said, I've met with several of the student groups who are concerned about the boiler, and we've shared what we're doing and the options we're looking at. We appreciate their concern, and I've shared that information with the president, and he appreciates their input.